Hello and welcome to another roguelike demo showcase. Today we're checking out the Flipbook. As always, I don't know what I was gonna say. Backpack Brain, yeah, that's right. The guy in the bottom when you see the thing, the name of the YouTuber that you're watching, I guess. What is the Flipbook? It's kind of a top-down, hand-drawn style. Sort of reminds me of The Binding of Isaac in the sense that, okay, hold on, the music, I like the music, I just want it to be a little quieter for my sake. The sort of mechanics driven, and yet there's a story underpinning this entire thing. It's got dark humor as one of the tags on Steam, which is always sort of a coin flip tag. Either because, like, if you self-elect, or is this one of those, like, okay, it's user defined, I guess, whatever that means, I don't actually know. But either way, we're gonna check it out. It does give me that sort of, but this cursor is also custom, by the way. It looks like the tip of a pen, you know, the fancy ones. I forget, fountain pen. I forgot the name of it. Anyway, I'll give it a fair shot. I mean, with Binding of Isaac, like, most people probably have tuned out the story of it, although there is, of course, a story. But I think, like, people have played thousands of hours of Isaac. It's just ones and zeros to them. But we'll see what story elements are involved. We'll see what the gameplay is like. We'll check it out. I spent a minute doing nothing. You know, people clicked off the video already. But anyway, WASD and hold to aim. Okay, you need to hold right click to do it. And there was some weird delay involved there, but anyway. For all the atmosphere the title screen had, I have been immediately dumped into, like, the most nothing ever, holding right click to shoot. But let's not listen. Inadvertently I should probably, okay, page completed. We're waves. Oh, caffeine pan au chocolat. I assume this is all hand drawn and there's no, like, generated art. I'm not a huge AI crusader, but I think for art especially, like, I wouldn't find myself enjoying it. Anyway, Weekend Warrior, maybe in World of Warcraft, lol. Attack speed, bullet speed, and HP. And their attack is also very Isaac. Okay, less damage doesn't seem good to me. I'm gonna pick this one. It seems pretty good. Do I click them all? Is that what's going on here? Or this is a shop? Okay, well, let's just go next wave. I was misled. I thought that was not a shop. It's kind of, you know, usually shops are its own separate thing, but I will let it run. So, is there supposed to be sound effects for when this bullet is hitting these things? Observe a message. You've dealt 500 damage so far. Why so angry? I don't know. Wait, oh, he does have a little, like, sticky note on his face. This little, like, the baby. So maybe there's probably something involved in there. We are taking a lot of damage, but in my defense, this like, it's very Isaac in ways that I couldn't, like, it couldn't be more Isaac almost. More dodge seems irrelevant. Mother's Embrace. I am not even mad at her. But I mean, it's the same image. I assume it's some placeholder stuff. It is just a demo, so let's not get, like, tilted. Ricochet shots. Let's buy HP and regen. These are, it's also like Polaroid. No, maybe Polaroid is the wrong word, but photo style, sort of. You know what I mean. Anyway, the Ricochet seems to be doing great work. It also seems to be kind of, it's either homing or it's, like, very coincidentally, like, accurate, which is nice. Yeah, it's definitely homing, because that's, like, it's not bouncing straight off in, like, an arbitrary sense. It's actually going to the next enemy, which is nice to see. Hopefully it's one of those, like, slow burners, although I would say with Isaac, one of the better things about Isaac is how many rooms there are and floors in rooms. So if we don't get that kind of, like, if the base foundation is fine, but the variety doesn't get built upon, it might end up being a bit too stagnant for me. But we'll see. Bullet speed and crit chance. They asked me about guarantees. I had nothing to offer but hope. Credits. We've got a little bank. It is interesting that everything is hand-drawn, but this seems more like grain grayscale filter over real photos. Or these, they feel either stock photo or AI generated, and I don't want to cast aspersions, so I'll let it run for now, because most people on Steam have been pretty good with I'll just buy them all, bro. So many memories and yet you are so young. Let me balance you -5%. Okay, I don't know what that meant, but we'll run with it. I also don't know why I need to hold right click to shoot. It makes kind of no sense. Like, I don't know. Like there are games in which holding right click and then doing something sort of makes sense because there's other functionality. There's nothing else my left click or my right click are doing. It seems very arbitrary to not even have like an, especially this game seems like an auto attack function would like suit it perfectly. But I digress. I didn't notice the timer in the top right of the text. There's sort of as well an intentional disjointedness between the like page 4 and timer and the like observer being all electronic, but it's also kind of this electronic versus hand-drawn thing. I'm wondering what the deal with it is. Plus damage I'm just gonna buy buying everything. We have enough money to buy everything. There we go, good damage. I would say the fact that the damage text is neither pixelated nor hand-drawn, maybe that's just like it's just like remained in place from existing as an earlier version. But anyway, these also don't seem like, I mean, is this a fly? I'm realizing now I sound annoying as fuck right now. But like, what else are you gonna do? You've received 100 damage by now. Remember when that was all you had? Because I assume that we have 100 health and I would have been dead by now had I not. Anyway, we're starting to rack up so much DPS that like we're mogging them. We're really mogging them. Give me that, give me that. Here we go. König Babom must remain. Bombling. Can you use Babom? Is it just a lack of dash? I'm just gonna be buying everything, y'all. No risk, no fun. Auto head fire, but half your damage. Why would I want half my damage? That seems stupid. Unless it's like, actually no, it's stupid either way, because that's half uncontrollable damage and half controllable damage. So I would just like lose control for no reason. Music makes you lose, you know what I mean? Anyway, there's the Babomling. It's glowing. There's some color involved. We seem to be the only color producing entity here, and the only color is red. So listen, make of that what you will. The music is also sort of, it's Isaac, and also, anyone remember Little Nightmares? Is that the one I'm thinking of, where there were Jacksepticeye played it and everyone watched that playthrough? There was like peak Jacksepticeye, not really peak Jacksepticeye. I mean, that's, I don't know, that's subjective. It's been a while since he was a mainstay in my channel, but you know, by my channel I mean my recommended. It's not a disrespect thing. It's literally just a time in life thing. It's like, I remember Huahui, the Minecraft PvP texture pack maker, PvP YouTube video maker, if I remember correctly. He streams like random games now, just like a regular guy, and then he has like a command that's just like, I remember watching you when I was in school, and now I got a job and I've graduated and I have a wife and kids. It's just like, it's a classic bit. More regen, how about we just buy it out every time and then go next wave? Oh, that's way too fast, bro. No disrespect, that is, the move speed buff you just gave me is too much. I can't control this. I didn't know it was gonna be that crazy, and also for this game, I think it says 360 FPS, but it does. These bullets are not. I can tell you right now, subjectively, it's either V-synced to something wrong, or like it's not the frames aren't rendering in the way that I'm expecting it to, because this is not that smooth. And it's not that big a deal. Like, I mean, for a game like this, I'm not really expecting it to necessarily carry all that weight. Anyway, these things are getting drawn up with more detail, some of them. The more detailed the enemies, the more tanky and like menacing they seem to be. Anyway, we have like good health, sustain, regen, everything. Where's my cursor? I'll keep losing my cursor. We're getting big resources. These things are okay. Lower my move speed, please. Oh, but this just ups it even more. Can I get damage or something? I'll just buy them all and keep moving. Literally, because I can't stop moving. Wait, do we have PS or no? It's just the rebounding. You can't dodge every single conflict. Okay, I'm gonna say something, and I don't. Because I fall into this sort of trap whenever I try, like in my sort of mind's eye or like conceptualizing wise, to try and like write about something. Or like I've tried like songwriting, because you know every so often, if you kind of feel like damn, I got some thoughts on it. I got some thoughts. I got some feelings I want to like cathartically release. But let me try and write a song about this. How unique and interesting. And then hold on, what can damage the song? You usually end up thinking about like the lyrics, and it's like so on the nose, or even worse, it ends up you trying to like you need help and some regeneration. Buddy, we're so thriving. Damage, yeah, we want. I'm just gonna be buying everything. No disrespect. What does dive deeper mean? I'm gonna click it. I think at some point we're gonna have to click it. Totally not Fickaton. I've clicked dive deeper now. I don't know what the button means. We now deal 30 damage. That's pretty lit. That's pretty sick. People still say lit? I don't think so. But anyway, regardless. What I was saying was in terms of like you try and write something, and like the base level, which I think is happening right now, is sort of like not directly saying, because even like show not tell is like the very first thing anybody learns. Like it's like baby's first writing tip is like show not tell, rather than being like I was sad, be like the damp tissue lay dormant on the like some like terrible shit like that. But like, I mean, it's not terrible. It's terrible in isolation. You could actually, I'm sure you could make that make sense. But anyway, it's sort of like the next level beyond just like saying something, is being like, you know what I'm gonna do? People were like, don't say. Okay, hidden drawing. I didn't mean to ruin it, but sometimes it just spilled out. Oh, my damage went down. I didn't mean to do that. 258. Damage scales with max health is crazy. Explosive thoughts. 2 extra projectiles. I want to lock these. These seem useful. Next wave. Oh yeah, you have to hold right click for some reason. Still makes no sense. Anyway, I'm glad my move speed is now more manageable because I've got something that nerfed it. Deadass. I mean, we still have not been in danger of dying even once, so I'm not even gonna. I'm just gonna like run around and ramble. Hopefully that's okay with everyone. These are potatoes. They're like potato spiders because they got the eyes, the potato eye. You know what I mean? But you get my point. Is that like basically what I'm trying to say? And I've spent like 5 minutes sort of dancing around just saying it out loud. This is like. It's a little, it's on the nose, and it's not only is it sort of on the nose, it's sort of in your face. It's trying to be, but it feels like it's trying to be subtle, but it's really not that subtle. You know what I mean? Like the photo being like, I remember these horrible memories. It's sort of like, come on, you have to be a little bit more, you know, Mr. Tinkles. We bought it, right? Because we locked it. I wanted this and this. Hit me with a reload, please. More damage. More everything. We'll dive deeper next. I don't even know what diving deeper means. Anyway, now we have multi-shot, which is probably useful, especially because my shots rebound. And things are getting crazier. I'll say that much. I don't know what we're shooting. Is this an Isaac's like tears situation? Because you could come up with an alternative solution. I'm not saying Isaac monopolized the market on making games where a little boy shoots out tears and deals with enemies, but it kind of did. Like, I don't like, not being disrespectful. Like, he did that. Like, you know, Edward McMullen. You know what I mean? The guy, the maker, the one who makes. I am the one who makes type shit. Yeah. You need help and some regeneration, buddy. I'm literally so living. My bombs deal damage to me? Seems not, which is good. We be using that. These bombs aren't that good even in the first place, but anyway. We're kind of destroying all these waves to the point of like absurdity. We have 1200 in resource. Whatever. Damage, reload, dig deeper, gunslinger's legacy. I'm just gonna click everything and we're gonna run with it like the biggest damaging build of all time. You think you have what? That thing did not stay on the screen for long enough for me to notice it. My regen is so strong, I can literally like the game balance did not function on this one. I'm absolutely like nothing, no enemies even showing up on screen. And I'm like motion blurring and moving so fast, which is not good. Anyway, I can follow my bombs because I know when an enemy exists, when a bomb shows up, and because we spawn bombs and the bombs don't explode by themselves, which is kind of weird. I'm not gonna lie, the bombs, like that fuse is taken. It makes no sense for them to just be chilling around here, chilling and ticking. You know what I mean? But yeah, I don't need help or regen. I'm like mogging disastrously. I'm like insanely good at this right now. I think we're gonna be beating this game pretty handedly. Can't yet dig deeper. Proud hatred. Just because I'm fat doesn't mean I'm scary, man. Okay, there's like people, you're like mixing and melding some traumas here. I don't even know what the identity like of this character is anymore. They just everything just sucks for them. Is that what the situation's gone? Anyway, let me hit a reload. Empty frames. More health. More health is more damage for us. I'm gonna hit you with that. I don't really care about this. Let's just go next wave. Why did we get insanely nerfed fire rate? I mean, we basically one-shot everything, so it's kind of a moot point. But anyway, my fire rate was my bombs, man. I was looking forward to those bombs. But we seem to have upgraded our bombs into like actual... Our attacks have bombs now. This reminds me kind of... This is... Oh shit, new enemy kind. New type of enemy. We got the phantoms from Minecraft. When did they get added? I wasn't... Oh no, that's just an upgraded version of the bat. The little bug. Buddy, I can't describe to you how much regen I don't need. And it seems to be bugging a little bit. I'm not gonna like lie to you. Like every time we take damage, we just go back to full health. I don't know what that doesn't seem right. Because I'm being very reckless with it, but also the game is like rewarding my recklessness. I can't lie to you. Anyway, page completed. I'm just gonna save so that I can go even deeper. If you can pay to go deeper, do you just farm the pages until you can go deeper, or is going deeper just for your own upgrades and not for the actual game progression? We're on stage 3 potatoes now, which is interesting. But regardless, I mean these creatures ain't nothing to me, man. They're absolutely worth nothing. But I think the sound effects are either broken or not like in place, because there's no show all this should be happening with. There seems to be like a mild buzzing going on in the background also, which may be related, maybe not related. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe, you know, it's that one, it's that situation. Yeah. I get it. I'm picking it up. Page completed, y'all. We can go even deeper. Oh shit, was that... Is this my legendary draft? I'm gonna dive deeper so that I can't buy any of these, but I'll lock it. I'll see what... because I don't think these things will stay there. I don't know what diving deeper means, by the way. I should make sure that people know that. In any case... Well, I guess I should start conversations at this point because I'm sort of doing nothing. Oh, the game said you've been fucking around too much. Okay, I can still find my way through this if you just let me through. Yeah, we're good. The page completed. You tried to kill me, and you were still like, that one will do it. Turns out that one will not do it, brother. I don't know how this thing works. But then again, I guess Isaac wasn't explained either, was it? People figured that out. Back in the day, games weren't explained. You didn't know how to do shit. We liked it. Not really. We didn't like it. We asked our friends how to do stuff. I'm like laughing as a boomer. Like, by the time I was old enough to care about what was happening in video games rather than just play them, I could look shit up easy enough. I mean, game FAQs has been around forever. Like, has it? I think it has. It's been around for as long as I needed it. Let's just put it that way. I remember the ASCII guides. I was at least not, if not around, I was involved in games which like needed those, or I needed those for games. At minimum, that was like I remember some Pokemon ASCII games, ASCII guides, or like some routing situations for games with like story choices or whatever. Anyway, what do we want here? Give me attack speed, and then we'll unlock it for the next wave. We're dealing massive damage. I think because we reduced our health, our damage has actually gone down, despite the fact that we added some flat. But that's okay. I don't know what the end goal is. But if an Isaac run can take like half an hour, then this can take half an hour. Yeah, you know, be forgiving unto those like... Okay, I gotta start actually dodging. Oh, what the hell is that? I gotta start actually playing the game. I gotta stop like fucking about, because the whatever was giving me infinite health basically is no longer giving me that much health. So we'll have to actually start doing some gameplay. Oh god. Well, that was drastic. We've been killed by the mysterious potato. Character erased. That was anticlimactic. We'll run it back, maybe? I don't know if I have the soul to run it back. There's not really anything that meaningfully modifies how you play the game, though. You know? That's what a game like this needs, is a modification to how you play the game. If you're gonna have such a blank slate, like one-dimensional gameplay style, which is just enemies that come at you from a circle and the map does not change, then like you're gonna have to, anyway, you know what I mean. Damage, up my damage. Yeah. You know what I mean, though, right? Like, your dimensions have to come from somewhere. You can have depth and simplicity, but then your simplicity has to allow for depth, you know what I mean? It's like Minecraft is a simple game. Nothing you do is difficult, like, to be done. It's just, like, the complexity can then come from how you want to do those, like, what you can do with those simple things, you know? You can build, you can craft. Crafting is easy enough. There's not much complexity involved in that. The difficulty is then like, what do you want to do, you know? How do you get to your desired objective? What is your desired objective? In this, you got a specific desired objective. Give me that stuff. I'm saving. I don't want any of these. I want damage and I want damage only. I don't care about health. And regen, of course. Damage, regen, and maybe health for damage, because there's that one thing that makes your damage be relevant to your health. Also, I guess I'll go deeper at some point, but I don't know how that works. Yeah, it was really like unclear. In modern nowadays, we kind of want things to be a bit clearer, but I'm not gonna, you know, go crazy on that front. But the difficulty spike was a bit considerable on that one. It went from like, okay, we're absolutely destroying, to like now nothing is even present like remotely. We didn't get shit for resources that we didn't. Okay, buff. Sure, I'll dive a bit deeper. I don't know what it means. Oh wait, we have memories here. We have like a weird, no, I shouldn't say weird, but we have like some semblance of a settings menu. I don't know when I want to delve deeper. I don't know what the mechanic means. I guess it either makes enemies harder or it makes the items better. And there's balloons that's showing up, and I don't know what the balloons mean either. But we do one-shot the base birds now. So the moggening is great. We seem to be shooting like balls rather than tears, because it's not stylized in such a way that it could be tears. The distinct lack of color, you know? Let's just buy it. Let me balance you? Did you nerf me because I had too many items? Is that what's going on? Minus 5% what? Also, I don't know what the deal with this observer thing is. It seems kind of. Here's my take on this right now. Right now, the way you're doing it, and also there's no dark humor at all in this game. As I said, subjectively, but anyway, let me just wipe my screen a little bit. Oh, there's some enemies here. It seems like you're trying to do things for the sake of them rather than for them themselves. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. That's the vibe it gives me. So what does this mean? 4, 3, 1, 0. Are these like rarity chances? Stat sheet? I don't get it. I just buy all that stuff. It looks like interesting things. If you do not shoot during this wave, I will grant you 500 inspiration. Why would I? Too late for that. You should have told me that a bit earlier, bro. I didn't have a chance to do that. Also, I didn't know that you would running like mini quests. Also, why is this guy drawing like living potatoes? I don't know. I didn't draw living potatoes as a kid. I did some doodling, I guess. I'm trying to remember. Not that I actually remember. I'm trying to remember what I've seen of my own self. How many things do you remember? And from basically, what's your age range? And from what age range do you have, like, real memories of stuff? You know what I mean? Because, like, I feel like I don't have any proper memories of, like, very young, and some of those I do, I doubt they're, like, actuality. Buff and attack speed, minus in damage. I don't trust the minus in damage. I'm gonna reroll. I'll reroll again. Just for some damage by move speed. Okay, well, how about we lock this because these seem pretty practical. Buy these though, and then we'll get some. Now we can just go really fast and deal insane damage, and then life will be great, man. Because then we can, because the bullet speed is not bullet speed. I think it's like rate of fire, which is like not how I would describe it. But no one uses the term rate of fire that much in non-FPS context, which is weird because you are describing the rate of fire. Anyway, we gotta keep upping our regen and all that armor and dodging and that stuff because I think it seems practical. Maybe listen, I feel like you could have a really good concept of a story game like this in roguelike form as well. I feel like it sort of writes itself in the sense that, like, it's very Isaac in, like, you build to, like, levels, like, the more complex the drawings get, the older you are, and it sort of represents how you are able to actually, like, more accurately have your inner thoughts come out as, like, representations, you know what I mean? And then, like, what you experienced, like, when were the horrors in your life, what did they do to you, all that sort of stuff, like, what actually ends up happening, what is the, because right now, I don't feel like there is a story. I feel like what you wanted to make, like, you wanted to write a story about, like, a little traumatized boy, and he's drawing stuff in his sketchbook, and that's, I feel like okay, I've been cornered. I got mogged. You never go to the edge, I guess. Is the conclusion there. We'll get one more run. I wonder if there's a winning page or if it's just endless waves. If it's endless waves, I'm gonna be disappointed. I don't know. Games don't do it like, again, also games don't do it like this, but both Isaac and Nuclear Throne do this. Two of my favorite, like, roguelikes, I would say, is that, like, there is a concrete end, and the concrete end can be, like, terminated at any stage. Or it can go on forever for your own good, like, for whatever sake you want, basically. Okay, bomblings. We liked our bomblings earlier. So we'll run with the bomblings. And we run our rate of fire up, and then we start blowing shit the fuck up. Also, the bomblings have a fixed damage, which is kind of pathetic. Why, like, I guess there's room for fixed damage, but, like, come on, bro. Let its legs stretch a bit, you know, let its legs stretch a bit. My little bombling. You know, go my bombling. give me all that stuff. I hope everything I collect does end up in my... I saw that. I went minus mod for a sec. Plus damage. Okay, well, we can buy both of these and then they'll cancel each other out. And then we can buy this, but we're not going to buy it. It's not going to show up, y'all. This will be... I'll let this be my last run. Because I think the well is going dry. Both in conversational topics and what I have to say about the game. A lot of games right now... I feel like it's hard to get both presentation and mechanics correct in your game, because someone who's very mechanics driven it sees that the brain activity is very unlikely to also make them like great at art. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like great at art and like, because the art here is like it's good. You know what I mean? Let's like not even as like sound. The way I've said it sounds like I'm sort of saying it for the sake of saying it, but I do think, like, apart from this stuff, which I think would be better if it was like scribbled and hand drawn, I don't get the photo vibe here because everything else is not photo. Maybe this is supposed to be like actually, but anyway, I guess we'll buy all this stuff. So many memories, and yet you are so young. So I assume by that message, what you're trying to tell me is you have to now go deeper because you got too many upgrades at this lower level. That seems like what the game is telling me. It seems like the intuitive implication of the messages. Also, these hearts aren't regenerating me. I didn't realize that was what was not going on. I need to buy a regen, otherwise we're not gonna have shit in this level, in this game. Page completed, by the way. Homing shots is necessary. I don't want that. Okay, it didn't do it that time though. I don't know what the logic is. How homing are they? Let me hit you with a yeah, they're pretty homing. They're about as homey as you can get. Homer! That was terrible. That was terrible, Marge. Don't even bother. Like, I know it was bad. It was pretty bad, man. Anyway, now that we just keep shooting and the homing shots basically just kill anything as long as my bullets are like alive to do it. Like, this game is gonna go so quick. Well, you can't make it go any faster because the waves are timed, but you get what I mean. Youch! I gotta get more regen up. I don't have any regen. Oh wait, I can still walk around, which is weird to be able to do that, but I'll let it run. Okay, let's dive deeper and reroll. What's our... we have, do we not have something that scales with, like, movement speed? That was the last run. Okay, I'm pressing escape and I'm not able to go back. The escape should always put you back, man. It should. Regen, that's expensive. We always want regen because regen is what is kind of the lifeblood of being able to run around and fuck around in this game. That's what it feels like. If you don't have regen, you're basically screwed. You know? Now, only now have I received 100 damage. Didn't take me that long previously. I guess I was going gung-ho in other runs. But regardless, listen. The commenter that talked about my I don't remember your username, but you know who you are, and I know who you are. I could just check right now, but I won't. The commenter who talked about my voice, like, yeah, to close your eyes when I was playing Mehara, I get it. Listen, I make myself cringe a little bit, but it's about being... You have to sort of put that to bed. You have to truly enjoy yourself. Anyway, damage. These are all great things. I'm just going to buy them all and we're going to run with it. Okay, first of all, attack speed is what I want, not bullet speed. Well, I don't know why you would call them attack speed and bullet speed. Like, it's sort of... Fire rate is sort of... You want that up? That seems like an obvious one. You don't fire attack speed and bullet speed. You know, it's two adjacently named things. We want attack speed up, though. Is what we want. Anyway, my bullets are getting confused. I don't know who to target anymore. Regen, attack speed, damage. These are my holy trinity of stuff to get. That's kind of where we're at. Anyway, here's the thing: when you're recording a YouTube video at this point, I sort of naturally get the cadence of a YouTube recorder. It's not like it's my voice still, but I think it's not like it's hard to really make anything else from it. Less dodge. We want upping this whenever we can. What's it at? 500? I'll save it. Plus regen per wave. Plus attack speed minus damage. I'll buy it in this order so that we get the flat buff. Times in that's pretty sick. Damage scales with max health. We want this one, so I'm gonna lock up. So why did the game just say like fuck you? Did I like stack? Hello? That's okay. Never mind. I'm not playing this game again. I can respect a lot of like fucking with you mechanic, but when I just picked stuff that did good things and the game was like, you picked too many things that did good things, I'm gonna like make it impossible for you to shoot, and then you're gonna die, and then I'm supposed to just be like, yep, okay, back into another run, you know? That doesn't really make any sense. You like anti-synergy me are something I have no control over that I didn't like. It's just I don't know. I think the Flipbook, as it is now, like you could make. I think the greatest thing you've got going for you is potential. This is like potential game, you know. I don't know what the mix and match of this glitching aesthetic and the hand drawn. You're doing something I have no idea what you're trying to do, and I like. If you have any idea, it's not coming through. That's the kindest way I could possibly put it, right? And then mechanics is just like it's a little lacking. I don't mind that it's a little lacking. Like you can add like other stuff, like some more ways to interact. You know, like right now all I'm doing is just like holding right and left click for some reason. Also holding right click and then left click to shoot. Like why? But I don't know. Oh shit! Is there like a hidden? Like you see how much effort you went into with like the flashlight on the like the play button. Like you went into all this effort, but your mechanics are just like you need some source. Sort of. It's like look at all this like to be fair, this might have just been like an automatic, you know, function in whatever you developed this in. What did you develop this in? Can I determine this? Probably I could, but I'm not gonna do any digging right now. I don't have that much of an invested interest in. Also, why does the shadow not work for these ones, but it does work for this one? Probably a layers thing, because this is actually like a thing, and these aren't. Anyway, you get what I mean. In conclusion, I think you gotta go back to the drawing board on like a lot of this stuff. Like, I think your music is fine. I think your like art direction broadly is probably fine, although maybe some unification on like what you're trying to do with this text and the glitchiness, and some text doesn't really match the hand-drawn aesthetic, and you have to actually come up with a cohesive like plan for it, because right now it's basically like, what do you call it, it's like GPT, it's like I don't want to use AI as an insult because somebody made this, that's not fair, so I'm gonna rescind that. I think what's more appropriate to say is you sort of you got a lot of inspiration from a lot of great things, right? Look, clearly Isaac is either an inspiration or like it's like similar enough that I'm gonna call it an inspiration, even if you're not gonna call it one. But and then you got some sort of meta like narrative breaking stuff. There's an observer, which was just like, you know, some elements of that. But then it just sort of, I would say it sort of falls, not even flat, it just falls bland, you know what I mean? It's like those images, nah, it's not even really. It's like, no, you know what it is? It's like when you order, like, Indian food at a place where a bunch of white people eat. No disrespect, like, your palates are nerfed, it's fine. But then you eat it, and it looks great, and then you eat it, and it's just like, they forgot the masala, bro. They did not spice that thing at all. And so like that's the analogy, right? And you gotta go back and look at your recipes, and you gotta figure out how to make this thing like proper. But I do think there's hope for you yet. I think that's my like ending message. I feel like I've been pretty harsh on this game, but the harsher I am on something, on some level, it's hold on, wait, let me get this like the gold and the angle, the physics maxing, nice. Anyway, part of it is because I think it gave me so much like potential and hope, and it looked great. That's why I want to check some of this stuff out. And I think it proves that you've got a hook. You've got people can get interested in your product. But I think no one's gonna like if this is the demo you're putting out, no one's gonna buy it. That's just like my personal opinion, at least, or at least you're not gonna get as much as you could if you like source it up again. And I think like you've got a great foundation of things that you could do. Make like if you can get that like figured out, things are gonna go great. But anyway, that's my positive message of the day. Let me know, play your stuff. Let me know if I'm like talking on my ass, which happens like from time to time. I'm just a guy, but it's my channel, so it's my guy. I'm my guy, which is a nice way to put it. And yeah, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you want more. And if you have suggestions, I should say suggestions and developers. My emails are open for games and Steam keys and other keys and everything. You know, I'm shilling myself because I don't have anything to show. Get in now before the inbox gets too clogged. Anyway, so yeah.